Alright, so we got to figure out an expression for the length and the width. So let's read. A garden measuring 12 meters by 16 meters. So the garden part is this part. It's garden, right? I'll shade it in green. Okay. The 12 by 16 rectangle. You seen that? It is to have a pedestrian pathway. Let's talk about pedestrian just in case I don't want that word to trip you up. What's a pedestrian? A walk, yeah. Person on foot. Ped is the word for foot. Okay, so it's a person on foot. So a pedestrian pathway just means it's a pathway where people can walk around it. Okay. It's going to be installed all the way around, and it's going to increase the total area to 285 square meters. Okay, so let's write an expression for the whole rectangle, and we're going to use length and width to do it. So the length of the garden is 16, agreed? If I would add that on each side, this is x and x, what would be an expression of the new length now? 16, I'm adding, right? Plus 2x. Okay, the old width was 12, and once again, if I add x onto both sides, it would be 12 plus 2x. Are we told what the new area is? Did yours say 86? 85. Okay, so here's the deal. When we're doing area, we're going to write a expression for the length and the width, and then set it equal to the area. But to solve this, you're going to find out it's going to look like a quadratic. We are going to use quadratic formula. So let's first multiply out. Here we go. What's 16 times 12? Thank you. Then I have 32x. And how about here? 24x. And then last, 4x squared. Okay. In order to use quadratic formula, there has to be what on the side again? A 0. Okay, so in this next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do actually two things. Kill two birds with one stone. Not really kill two birds with one stone, but that's the phrase. Alright, so I am going to subtract the 285, and then I'm going to add those like terms together. Okay, and then I'm going to rearrange it. So, let's see. So, I now have a 0. I'm going to put 4x squared in front. What's 32x plus 54x? 56x. And is 192 minus 285, is it minus 93? Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, so if A is 4, B is 56, C is negative 93, at this point we know how to go from there, right?
Wait, where did we get 93 from?
Where did we get negative 93 from? When I subtracted 285 from both sides. Alright, so we're going to do x equals, what am I going to write? Negative 56 plus or minus square root 56 squared minus 4 times negative 93 all over 2 times 4. If you don't have a calculator, grab one. There's still a couple up here. Let's do under the radical a second. I get 4624. Can you confirm you get the same thing? Now what should I do with 4624? Take the square root. Ooh, nice. 68. All right. So I have negative 56 plus 68, and then I'm going to divide the answer by 8. Negative 56 minus 68, I'm going to divide the answer by 8. Okay. So what does X stand for in the problem? The width of the walkway, right? Okay. Would one of those two answers not make sense? The negative 15.5, right? Okay. So we're going to, it says what will the width of the pathway be? That's X. I might, maybe sometimes I'll ask you a different question, but for now that's just X. It will be 1.5 meters. Okay. Let's do one more. So this one, there's not a nice pretty picture for, but we can draw a picture if you want. Says the length of a rectangle is 6 more inches than its width. So let's call its width X. So then if the length is 6 more inches than its width, what would be an expression for its width? 6 plus X. Once again, remember, I'm telling you the area, and the formula for area is length times width. All right, so let's plug in what we know. Do we know the area of the rectangle? Yes, what is it? 91. The length of the rectangle is 6 plus X times the width of the rectangle is just X. Okay. So, let's do this. 91 equals, I'm going to distribute, equals 6x plus x squared. What should I do now? Subtract 91 from both sides. So I'm going to rearrange to an order that makes sense for quad formula. X squared plus 6x minus 91. All right. I'm going to let you do the work. Would you put it in quadratic formula, please, for me, and tell me what you get?